into a Spider-Man pose.
Hello, beautiful people, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am super excited about today's practice because today is going to be all about letting go and getting in touch with our playful side. One of my favorite things to hear from those who are new to Ariel is how the practice makes them feel like a kid again. So today we're just going to try to tap into that inner child, let go of any expectations, and just have a little bit of fun. So first we're going to start anywhere that you feel comfortable and secure. You can lie in the hammock in Shavasana. You can make a little cocoon. You can lay on the floor, roll up in a little ball, whatever makes you happy. I personally just like to start in a bucket seat. So I'm going to scrunch up that fabric and sit down into the bucket seat. If you like, you can join me here or do something else that calls to you. So I want you to search within for a really happy moment you had as a child. Think of a time when you were just playing, having fun, no worries in the world. Maybe playing with your favorite doll or action figure, playing with some Legos, maybe running around and playing tag with a friend. Maybe you're playing in your sandbox. Whatever you're doing, you're just doing it to have fun. There's no end goal in mind. Holding on to this thought, just take a few breaths. Breathing in until our lungs are full. Breathing out all those expectations and worries. This might be a good time to set an affirmation for your practice. This can be any statement that can be actualized. In light of today's theme, mine is going to be, I am fun. Feel free to borrow this one, or maybe you can think of something else that calls to you. As an adult, sometimes it can be really hard to just let go and have fun. Definitely been feeling that recently. All right, so coming from wherever you are, we're just gonna stand in front of the fabric. We're just gonna treat it like a swing. Swinging it under your booty, however it's comfortable to you. Making sure to hold on for extra security. Just swing with whatever's comfortable for you. If you're watching this video, odds are you're at home, so please, please, please bear in mind whatever kind of rig you have. Fairly stable since I am on a yoga body stand. Even that has its limitations, so I'm not gonna go crazy. Playful, but safe. All right. We're done with that gentle swinging. You're bringing back some fun childhood memories with the playground. I'm gonna come back to standing. What I'm gonna do next is I am going to bring the fabric up so that it's like a backpack. If you wear a bra, you can use your bra strap as a reference. If not, it's right below your scapula. So I'm just gonna walk it on back, keeping my core engaged to protect my back. I'm gonna sway it out. I encourage you to make this movement in whatever way comes to you or comes naturally to you. Remember, our aim is to just have fun, be playful. You let your hands go out to the side. If you're lucky enough to be practicing outside, maybe you can look up into the sky or practice that imagination and pretend you're looking up to the sky. Honestly, I could sway like this forever. I get a little bit of a stretch in the side body, straighten out, maybe cross your hands over or interlace, get a little stretch. Remember, we're doing whatever calls to us. Okay, so from here, it's gonna come into a chair. So it's gonna walk so that you're underneath the plumb line in a chair pose, maintaining that backpack. Then we're gonna do what I like to call airplanes. So what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna lean back like we were before, but our feet should be planted underneath the plumb line. Then we're gonna spread our arms out wide, as if they're the wings of a plane. We're just gonna come forward, bending at the knees, engaging that core. Coming back into chair, leaning back. Coming back to chair, again engaging that core, pushing upward, straightening out our bodies, coming into that airplane. Maybe while we're here, take a moment to soar. A little bit of a shoulder massage for me. Maybe we come back and play around more with that movement. Feeling that weightlessness. If this sensation is a lot for you, maybe you're new to aerial, you can always fold up a towel to place underneath of this fabric. We'll lessen the intensity of it a little bit. Either way, we're gonna lower ourselves back to a chair pose, coming down onto our knees, standing upright on our knees. Now we're gonna bring the fabric in front of us. So the easiest way to get a good grip is to bring your hands in front of the fabric as if hands in prayer. Go as if you're gonna hit yourself in the forehead. Wrap the hands around. Do some Lego hands. Speaking of playfulness, just slide it down. You should have a nice grip there. So from here, we're just gonna do some cat-cows. So different ways you can do this depending on how you want to feel the stretch. One option is, I'm gonna turn around just so you can see me, but you can keep facing forward. One option is to push forward. This you're gonna feel a lot more in the shoulders. And then you're just going to breathe in, arching your back as if a string is pulling it up into the ceiling. And then breathing out, and then as if a string is pulling your tailbone to the ceiling, you're gonna arch that back. Round out. Taking an inhale. Exhale to arch the back. Another option, feel this a little bit less in your shoulders, more in your spine. You can come up to standing, And do the same thing. Since you're able to bend down a little further, you feel it a little differently. So breathe in, rounding out the spine, breathing out. As if a string is lifting your tailbone up into the ceiling. And then if you've done my videos, you probably know what's coming, but next we're gonna do some disco cats. So I'm gonna go back down to the ground. Now for disco cats, we're just gonna turn our spine. I encourage you to do this at whatever pace is fun for you. If you haven't changed directions yet, do so. And to break that down, this is a lot like the cats and cows, but it's as if it's one continuous circular motion. Like you're churning butter. Okay, whenever ready, we'll come back to center. All right, now we're gonna come back into that chair pose. Put on that handy dandy backpack again. Okay, we're back in our chair. This time, instead of going back, we're gonna go side to side. Let's kind of have fun with it. If you want, you can lift your feet up. Okay, now we're gonna bring our feet out, kind of like a goddess pose, kind of. And then we're just gonna straighten one leg out, and then the other, going back and forth. It should give you a nice little stretch. It should feel good. It should be fun. It looks goofy, but no need to take ourselves too seriously. Okay, now we're gonna start bringing these into half circles. Kind of like we're doing a goofy little dance. Do this at whatever pace is fun for you. All right, and now we're gonna bring it around town. The way we're gonna safely undo this is when we come around to the front. Keep your core nice and engaged. It always surprises me at how much I feel this in my core. And again, this is all about being playful. So if you just wanna move in weird directions and have fun with it, by all means, please do. Maybe even twist around into a circle, allowing yourself to spin a little bit. All right, whenever you've had enough of that, we're going to come back to standing. Just gonna ragdoll it out for a second here. Doing a forward fold. Maybe grabbing each elbow. Maybe letting the arms hang. Whatever calls to you. Okay, so now we're going to come into a down dog, Ariel style. So you're just gonna slowly bend forward until your hands hit the floor. I don't recommend lifting your feet until your hands hit the floor. We're just gonna let ourselves walk back, letting the fabric come so that it's underneath the plumb line. And then if you don't feel comfortable raising your hands up, that's fine. You can just move around a little bit, playing with the weightlessness. Or if you're ready to let your feet go, I like to think of this as you're letting your feet come up, but it's like you had super heavy lead boots on. So your feet are coming up, but they're not leaving the ground too much. From here, you can maybe wag the dog a little bit, letting your feet sway from side to side. Again, keeping those feet heavy, keeping the legs spread wide so that we don't fall forward. If we're really comfortable with this, maybe we want to bring both our hands and our feet off the ground. If you like, you can reach up to the fabric. We're going to engage our core so that we can lift upward. Okay. And then we have both hands planted. We're going to bring our feet up. So as if we're doing a Superman pose. Maybe this is enough for us. Maybe we want to go all out and let our hands go. Maybe we'll test it out with just one hand. Maybe feeling brave and want to do two hands. If we're really comfortable with this position, and remember to keep the core nice engaged, that's the only way you're going to be able to stay up. And this is a lot harder than it looks, so don't beat yourself up if you have trouble with it. But from here, maybe we want to bring a little play into it. Let ourselves go down into a ball. Coming back up. And if that's too much for us, no worries. That's a lot for an intro class. We can keep playing with the down dog. Maybe we'll play around with it by keeping one foot on the ground and lifting another up. We get to have many of the benefits of doing a through-leg dog, but with the assistance of a hammock. If you do this, also try out the other side. Remember, this practice is all about play. I encourage you to do what feels right for you. Okay, so whatever variation we chose, we're gonna come back up by walking our feet to our hands. Slowly lifting up, one vertebra at a time. And maybe we'll just lean back, release that a little bit. All right, come back down to our knees. Good child's pose. All right. Now from here, we're going to go into an inversion. So I'm going to flip around so you can better see me. So I'm going to bring the fabric so it's right above my hip. It's about right where my booty crack is. I'm going to slowly lower myself down, allowing the hammock to take my weight. As I come down, I'm going to spread my legs out super wide so that it catches the fabric. And I'm going to continue to hold on to the fabric until I feel comfortable that I'm not going to fall out.
At this point, I'm gonna let go. Now, we're gonna bring our feet together, coming into a Spider-Man pose. Might have been a character that you loved as a child. And then from here, we can play around however we see fit. Maybe we just want to hang out here, and that's totally fine. Maybe you want to lock the hands back. Getting a little back bending action in. Maybe you want to twist around, playing with how that feels in your spine. If it does feel nice. Maybe you just want to goob it up. Just twirl in circles. Again, this practice is all about releasing expectations and exploring what's fun. And whenever you're ready, just bring your feet wide, holding onto the fabric again. Slowly walking yourself up. Whenever you're ready, come down.
Now, here is where I am going to encourage you to pause this video and just play around and explore a little bit. And then meet me back in a few and we'll do a cool down. Some days are more playful than others, and if you just want to continue and start on that cool down right now, by all means, just keep playing it. Okay, so whenever we are ready, we're gonna come into a bucket seat, grabbing a few handfuls of fabric, placing our bums in the fabric. We're just gonna take a kind of aerial version of child's pose. We're gonna do that by hinging by our elbows, holding forward, feeling a stretch in your chest muscles, letting your head hang heavy. Now we're gonna come into the hammock, bring our leg up and over so that we're straddling the fabric. If this is something that's difficult for you, it might be easier to come out of the hammock and then step in so that you're straddling it, and then rearrange fabric as needed. Once you're in a straddle, make sure you pull the fabric down, that it covers at least your ankles, maybe the entirety of your leg. And we're gonna come into this little cocoon shape. If you like, you can just stay in this moment. Just find stillness. Or if you like, maybe press into the fabric, arching your back, spreading those shoulder blades for a nice stretch. Maybe here you can play a little bit with lengthening one leg while bringing the other towards you. Notice, and maybe switch off to the other. And notice how the fabric sways.
We can do this slowly. You can pick up the pace so that you sway a little more, get a little more playtime in. All right. If you're ready, I invite you to bring your feet to meet. You can push into the fabric like so that you have more room to bring your foot over the fabric. Then coming so that you are lying down. Maybe from here you can take some banana shapes. Another side body stretch. Invite you to roll onto your side. Coming into fetal position. Before spreading back out, stretching into a crescent shape. I invite you to make a rhythm out of this. You can play that you're a fish. Swimming in a weightlessness that the hammock affords you. Do one final long stretch before doing this on the other side. Again, coming into fetal position for stretching out. And making a flow of this. Playing that you're a fish again, maybe. Maybe you're a flying fish. Whenever you're ready, I invite you to find stillness. Go back to a moment when you were a child. You felt completely secure. Maybe this is a good time to revisit that affirmation from earlier. I'm going to keep today's Shavasana short, but if you like, you can press the pause button and take as much time as you like. Thank you so much for joining me in today's practice. I hope you had fun with it. I know I did. This is the end of our intro to... My camera cut out, but yeah, this is the end of the Intro to Ariel series on my channel. Please check out the other videos if you like this one. The benefits of this being a small channel is that you can always reach out to me, and I am happy to build videos around your needs. So please don't hesitate to reach out via email, Facebook, Instagram. I link all of these in my main channel page. But thank you again so much for joining me. I hope your inner child came out. But have a beautiful day. Namaste.